undercutting it, undercutting our wages, leaving us homeless, jobless, hopeless. That's right. I'm here because I stand for my people. I'm here because I stand for my country. I'm here because I stand for every one of you that is here. We all have different views. We all have different views on the same subject. We all have different views on the same subject at different times. But we're all here together. You know, military, civilian, civic nationalists, far right, you know, everybody. We have everybody here. We're truly a rainbow coalition, not to use that phrase too lightly. We're really a rainbow coalition of various right-wing ideologies here in one place at one time in this city. Because this city has had protest after protest after protest of anti-Trump, communist, impeachment. Even today, you had an impeachment march right before we did. But we're here because we want to be. We're here because we believe and we goddamn care about our country, about our people, and about its future. And that's the way it should be, and that's the way it will be. Make America great again!
This is insane.
First up, we have my friend Pilleater here. What's up, everyone? First of all, I want to thank my friend Viceroy and April Mafra for down here today. This is my first speech, so I'm just going to introduce myself. So,
speak up,
everyone. My name is Pilleater, and I'm a YouTube personality. I have a Twitter at twitter.com/realpilleater, YouTube.com/Pilleater, and I have a website called www.asianarianism.com. With a title like that, what does that have to do with this movement? I see Kekistan flags here, and everybody's waving that. That's a very important thing because we come from the internet. I certainly have an internet presence. I had a video online called Asian Arianism, which I flirt with the alt-right and Richard Spencer's idea of a white ethnic state. But instead, it will be filled with white male Asian females, Asian male white females, and they will make anime real.
Yeah! Make anime real!
That's what's going to happen with today's liberal society, because all the liberals up the top in Silicon Valley in New York, not in flyover country, all are white male Asian female and Asian male white female Eurasians. That's the truth. But they're very afraid to talk about it because they're cucks. And I have a terminology called do-cuckery, which you basically approach them, say this idea, and say, hey yo, I got an Asian girlfriend. And basically it's like, this has nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. And I'm a universally egalitarian being. No, there's a new race being formed. It's called the Asian Aryan, Euro-Asian race, whatever. It's happening. It's the only thing that's happening right now. But that's kind of what I talk about. But I've been in the alt-right for a very long time. I was at the speech last week. Go online. I had a great talk with Nathan Ego. He's a real nice guy. I think he's a secret Asian Aryan. Wants the identity via Oprah. But why did I call him to this position? Well, I've only been doing this for about 8 months, and now I'm a public figure. I was, on this, I was
Steve Miller.
Johnson of Countercurrents, Jim Goer, Answer Me, great stuff. But, you know, I came from a really social justice warrior campus of Rosemont College, all women, the women's section of Rosemont. It's just a bunch of white feminists who basically think the sex-all question is fucking funny as shit, but it's not. They basically get scared when you say Hitler studies, like from Dom DeLure's white noise. They're just pussies. So anyway, you can't even say things. I did my senior project on the alt-right, and so I triggered my cultural Marxist professor. You want me to apologize to class? I did not.
Good.
So,
apologize.
Let me tell you what.
Give them nothing.
Look.
Take from them
The only person that ever related to me was a man named Robert Stark, Voice of Reason Radio Network. He is a man, he's been doing that for a long time. He's had big alt-right guest on from Richard Spencer to Greg Johnson, and he's been doing it. And he basically, I became his co-host for his podcast show at StarTruthRadio.com. Since then, my only friends have been outside the campus in the current dispensation.
This is
I
so
also
bizarre.
want to thank Jamie Stewart of Juju. He's pretty much the only guy that likes what the hell I do. But he's really wussy about it because he's a liberal too. But, so, I could come out and talk about white nationalism, but instead I talked about Asian Aryanism, because I think it's more to the truth and it makes sense. But again, to wrap this up, I think there is quite some spiritual bond between people of the West and the East. And finally build a bridge to each other. And now the only reason why we have this globalized world is because everybody wants to be Eurasian race of people. Multiculturalism only favors whites and Asians. If you ever seen an anime called Legend of the Galactic Heroes, that's pretty much this ultra race of German Japanese people that are going to rule the world. And so if Richard Spencer is going to have this white ethnic state, therefore there needs to be a small Amish community of white male, Asian female, Asian male, white females, and Eurasian people willing to call themselves Asian Aryans. This may be in the new Socialist Republic of California, thanks to CalEx in 2019. Very small community with a large socioeconomic class of Waffle and Waffle. When I was walking this speech, I pointed about 12 Waffle couples on the street. It's a real big deal, guys. This is. So I think the future belongs to the ethno-nationalism and the red pill. It's definitely an eye-opener on that. And again, Martin Heidegger, the greatest philosopher of the 20th and 21st century, he argued that we must get stoned in order nature to go forward. But no, not let him. I want everyone to go home. Everyone's going to go home, and everyone's going to buy an album. Everyone is going to buy 1995 by Atari Teenage Riot. That is an interesting album. Let me tell you what's about Atari Teenage Riot. They were basically this 90s cheesy, like, progeny rave band that, like, was crazy. They were, like, in the hardcore gabber and, like, digital hardcore, right? So they had this album. They had, like, left-wing messages to it. With this, in my latest YouTube video, they have, like, this digital hardcore, like, energy, right? That they made up breakcore. They made up all this crazy theme shit that's happening today. Sam Hyde loves breakcore. He plays it all the time on World Peace. And, so if we're going to learn any meme magic, we got to learn chaos magic. The Asian Aryanism comes from Atari Teenage Riot. They have 3 albums: 1995, The Future of War, and 60-Second Wipeout. I believe there's going to be a 60-second wipeout, and everything's going to go on. Anarchy 909, Asian Aryanism will rule the world. Revolution now! Revolution now! Thank you!
He has to wet the pipe.
Oh my god, this is gonna get weird.
How we doing today, guys? Everybody cooling off? Getting still some water after that long, arduous hell march. Great, right? Good morning, guys. Fellow Trump supporters, citizens of Philadelphia, occupants of Logan Square, and the Philadelphia Police Department. My name is George, and how about President Trump's new executive order reactivating the National Space Council? Yeah. Isn't that great? Isn't that great, guys? That's one small step for man back into space. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And beyond. Now, I don't know about the rest of you guys, but that was one of the reasons that I voted for it. Because I feel strongly that we should be going back into space. Because, to quote some old, obscure TV show, space is the final frontier. Right? Right? Okay. Next stop, the wall. So, I don't know if any of you guys have heard about this. One of my favorite video games is called Skyrim.
Big video game crowd here.
In Skyrim, the most powerful weapon is what? Your voice. That's right, your voice. Well, guess what, guys? You might be more like the Dragonborn than you think.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Because your voice is powerful too. Now, I'm not saying that you can summon a dragon from another plane of existence.
Oh my god.
Come on, guys.
This is...
True, I'm also not saying you can't, but I've never witnessed it.
But can you summon helicopters to throw commies out of?
Yes.
Woo!
But you can use your voice as a weapon in the fight against free speech that is going on in this country as we speak. So,
do some research. Watch some documentaries. Read some books. Read some articles. Arm yourself with this knowledge, and then use your voice to fight back against the false narrative and fake news that is currently plaguing our country. Can I get a hell yeah? Hell yeah!
This is crazy.
So, this is the first speech I've given since high school. I'm not a public speaker.
Are you a virgin?
I know it's easy to just stay quiet, you know, just have your beliefs in private, kind of hide behind a keyboard, if you will. But that is not enough. That is not enough. Get up, get out, go to rallies, guys, just like this one. Meet people, talk amongst yourselves, even talk to people from the other side. Talk to everybody out there, because you never know who you're going to convert, right? You could drop some facts on them, and they can go, oh, hey, that's a good point. So, absolutely do that. Make sure you use your voice, guys, whether it's through a megaphone or not. And the second thing I want to talk about
Or an
today,
avatar.
this is really my main topic, and we saw this earlier for about 5 seconds, and that's Antifa. Oh, what happened to this guy? Did you get attacked?
I walked through where they were hiding, where they were suiting up behind.
A bunch of cowards. That's what they do. They're cowards.
I walked through and I was filming those assholes, and then they were talking in their very high-pitched voices, and it's silly. Yeah,
A bunch of cowards. So anyway, specifically what I wanted to talk about was the hypocrisy of their rhetoric and their actions. Now, how many people today have heard of Antifa? Obviously everybody.
Yeah.
What is the first word out of their mouth when they hear something that they disagree with?
Nazi!
Nazi, 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 Nazi. They stand over there and they call you a Nazi. That's wrong.
Well,
Why is that wrong? They call us Nazi, and they use words like that to dehumanize people. When you label somebody with a term like Nazi, racist, bigot, homophobe, you're turning somebody into a thing, and it makes it easier to hate them. Am I right?
Yeah.
So, that's one thing that actual Nazis did when they talked about Jews, right?
Yep.
And the KKK did the same thing to African Americans. It's not right, and they need to stop. So, thank you.
Yes, sir.
So these people have the nerve to call us the Nazis. When they're out there acting like the 21st century version of Hitler's SA, the Sturmabteilung. Now, does anybody know who they were? Anybody out here? Brown shirts. Okay, yes, she does. Brown shirts. That's right. For any of you whose favorite subject is not history, the SA was a paramilitary wing of the Nazi Party. And what did they do? In addition to protecting Hitler and his speeches and his rallies, they broke up opposing events and rallies. They attacked and killed people who had opposing views. They caused street fights, and they damaged and destroyed businesses of people with opposing views. Does that sound like anybody else you know?
Antifa!
Trump supporters.
Absolutely. So, what does that make them? That makes them the real Nazis. That makes them hypocrites.
second wave Nazi.
Giant hypocrites. Second wave Nazis. That's a great term. We should start using it.
Says the black guy.
It'll match third wave feminists.
But there's more. There's more. Here's another similarity. The recruitment and indoctrination of the young. The real Nazis had the Hitler Youth. But what does Antifa have? They have professors like Eric Clanton on college campuses who are influencing young, impressionable minds and turning them into social justice warriors and revolutionaries. Resist. Resist the power. I'm going to burn down every building that are people I don't like. I'm going to smash windows of Starbucks. What sense does that make? Attack police horses. Right. But no, but they claim that it was the police horse that assaulted them. Okay, we know the real story.
Not always this big, or
But that's not it. One
no,
more.
wasn't always this big.
Not only are Antifa the real Nazis,
Alright, so I didn't miss that.
they're terrorists too.
Yes,
They are terrorists. That's right. Antifa and ISIS have things in common. Right off the bat, 100% obvious. What is it?
They wear black.
All black. Cover their faces with bandanas. Their uniform and dress code is 100% the same.
Yeah.
Here's another similarity.
Hey, what's up?
What's up?
It was
Both
what?
Antifa and ISIS
This woman
desecrate
said, like,
historical
the
monuments and
Republicans
statues
were conspiring
and try to erase history.
Fucking everyone.
But their motivations might be different. Antifa does this to, you know, erase history because they think slavery was bad, which it was. They want to erase the entire Civil War from history because of one little part of it.
Howard Zinn's a liar.
I'm pretty sure it was a big part of it.
There you go.
Good, I made it to
ISIS does it to gain international attention to their cause, to loot, so they can further finance terrorism. But the fact that both organizations use the same tactic speaks for itself. So, what's the bottom line, ladies and gentlemen?
We don't know.
We're at Woburn Square, and there are a bunch of flags around us.
The bottom line is, these people dress like terrorists, and they act like Nazis, and it's time we call them out for who they really are. They are hypocrites and domestic terrorists, and they should be treated accordingly.
What is that?
Thank you. So take heart in this fact that when they shout Nazi, 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 they're really shouting into a mirror. I'd like to leave you with a quote, if I may.
He's gonna leave. That's all that matters.
A lot of people usually attribute it to Winston Churchill,
Oh,
but
shit.
there's no actual evidence that he said it. The person who actually said it was Huey Long Jr. He was the 40th governor of Louisiana and a Democratic senator who was assassinated in 1935. He said, America will probably have fascism one day, but when we get it, it won't be called fascism. It'll be called anti-fascism. Now, what does Antifa stand for? Anti-fascist. Absolutely. It's like the guy had a damn time machine, right?
Oh my god, dude.
Or he was playing 4D chess. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much for your time. Anybody want that?
Oh god.
Leave it on. Oh, this is perfect. What's up, guys? I gotta run the event. We only have until 12:30, so this will be a quick little recap of all the things we've done. And thanks to the organizer, thanks to Sports Theory Politics for putting all this together. A big thanks to the Philadelphia Police Department. We support you guys 100%. And also, obviously, thank you to everyone who came out today. You are awesome. You are the true resistance. The other side likes to call themselves resistance. They aren't. They're just going with the flow. They're doing what everyone else around them does in their little tiny echo chamber. And guess what? We're going to break that. We're going to break that echo chamber. We're going to dismantle it and use the parts to build Liberty Prime. That's what we're going to do. So, quick notes if you don't know me, I'm Jeff Thomas. I have a Kekistan organization chapter, and we've been trolling these guys for a long, long time now because they resort to violence. I never would have been here, and a lot of us wouldn't have been here if people hadn't come after us in particular, right? They cause their own problems, they create their own monsters, and then point the finger at other people. So, moral of the story is, don't be hypocritical, look in the mirror, have some self-reflection. I'd be happy to talk to you, but if you're going to dox me and use a photo of my mom to do so, we're going to have beef, right? You don't mess with the Italians, you know?
Fair love of war. Italians were immigrants.
In the heart of Philadelphia, right? This is the birthplace of the Constitution. You know, birthplace of the Declaration of Independence. Hell yeah! 230 years ago, our founders had the same message that we're promoting today, one of liberty, freedom, and justice for all. Right? And that message is not going to change regardless of who is in Washington, D.C. I am a libertarian, as a lot of you guys know. I'm neutral towards Trump, but before you do, I respect him and want his policies to succeed for all of us. That's okay, that's okay. Yeah. Do what's right for the country! Yeah. Since we gotta run, in closing here, again, I'd like to thank everyone for coming out. But, thank you. Also, thanks to all the speakers as well. And I'll lead you guys in a little prayer. This is called the Kex Prayer.
Okay.
So please, you may bow your head. Our Kek, who art in memetics,
Oh my god.
hallowed be thy name. Thy trumped-up tongue, thy will be done, in real life as it is on coal. Give us this day our daily dubs, and forgive us for our baiting, as we forgive those who have baited against us. And lead us not into cuckoldry, and deliver us from the chill. For thine is the mimetic kingdom,
Oh my god.
the shit posting, and the freedom of expression forever and ever. Chatelet.
Chalet!
Thank you all. Thank you very much for coming.
What, no women speaking?
Yeah, sure.
It's no more.
Does there need to be women?
No women? I was just curious.
Volunteer.
You want me to say something? Why don't you say something? There's no black man speaking either.
Seth Rich was.
I'm not really a public
July
No.
10th, next Monday, is the 1-year anniversary of his murder. We are putting on a silent vigil in Washington, D.C. At the Spirit of Justice Park. So if anybody is interested in attending, but if you're not interested, if you can't attend, which I understand, if you could spread the word, we're going to have media coverage. And we know that obviously Russia didn't hack the DNC, and obviously there's a lot of evidence that says Seth Rich was the leaker. And if we can prove that Seth Rich was the leaker, we can take down mainstream media, Washington D.C. police, everybody involved pushing the narrative of the Russian collusion and Russian hacking. So Monday, July 10th, Spirit of Justice Park, 4 p.m. If you're on Twitter, you can go to Vigil, the number 4, Seth Rich, and get more information. And like I said, if you can't be there, you can at least push it. It's going to be a great event, and we think we're going to have hundreds of people to show up, and with decent media coverage. So thank you very much. Thanks for letting me talk. Again, thanks everybody for coming out. Huge success. We made it without any issues. That's a huge victory for everybody. We did not let them shut us down. They did it, and here we are. So see you all at the next March. And is anybody walking back? All right. Right. Woman over here, she needs some help. She's not want to walk by herself.
That's understandable.
Walk around. She's not going the whole way. But
Question, does anybody know of a good, cheap place that sells good craft beer on a Sunday?
who wants to get drunk?
Good craft beer though, cheap. You know, like $8 by 6.